Hey folks, Dwayne here, the Curious Sage. Let's talk retrogrades. So for those of you that follow astrology, today you'll know, the 12th of August, in the morning, Mercury is stationed retrograde. And sometime over the next 12 to 18 hours, it will enter its retrograde phase once again. So Mercury goes retrograde about 3 times a year, so this is not a atypical thing. But when Mercury goes retrograde tonight, what we will have is 6 planets in retrograde simultaneously. Now, I'll admit, when I was a novice astrologer, I got caught up in all the hype and, quite honestly, some cases the panic that Mercury was going retrograde or Mercury's in retrograde, and I heard all the horror stories about people whose phones went on the fritz or computer died or any of those types of things. Now I will tell you that when Mercury goes retrograde, those kinds of things can happen, but they can also happen when Mercury is not retrograde. But the energy in the universe when Mercury is in retrograde is certainly very different and something worth paying attention to. But what I would like to focus on today is retrogrades in general. So as a planet goes retrograde, it appears to us from our vantage point on Earth that it's actually going backwards. In fact, what's happening here is that from our vantage point, it appears that the planet has come forward to us and now is moving away. And that process of moving away oftentimes looks like it's going backwards, but it's really not. But the energy associated with the orbits of the planets does make a difference. The way that I look at it now is that when a planet is direct, you're learning. So when a planet is coming forward, it's like leaning into a new subject. So I'm trying to learn something new, or I'm trying to pick up a new skill, and so I'm pouring a lot of energy and time and effort into learning something that perhaps I haven't learned before, or maybe going deeper into a subject. When it goes station retrograde, it's an opportunity to take a quick pause and reflect upon the journey that I've just been on. What have I learned over that period? What have I been able to do that I hadn't done before? Am I better at something that I was putting my time and effort into? When it goes retrograde, it's a time of integration. It's a time of application. And so I have a tendency now, when I watch a planet in its direct phase, to ask myself the question, what do I need to learn? What kind of new skills should I be looking at developing? Can I go deeper into something? And then when that goes station retrograde, it's an opportunity to take a pause, reflect back on all of that effort, and then in that retrograde period to begin to really apply it. So, specific case in point. One of the things that's going to happen in this Mercury retrograde is that Mercury in retrograde will transit and then conjunct my Pluto. So this will be an opportunity for me to sit back and say, what have I gone deeper into? So Pluto is that really far away place, and it's an opportunity for me to actually take a look at how have I gone deeper? Have I looked at things that have been perhaps hidden in the closet emotionally or spiritually? And can I now apply what I've learned in that period in a way that will enable me to actually step up and go higher? So look at retrogrades differently if you could, because I think it's an opportunity for us to really begin to embrace what we've learned, take credit for the effort that we put into it, and then really go into that application. And so what I would challenge you to do as you look forward to this Mercury retrograde, embrace it as the gift that it is. It's an opportunity today to take stock of what has happened since the last retrograde. I encourage you to take a look at the planets that have transited during that time and go deeper. Begin to think about applying what you've learned. Think about how you might actually leverage this energy in a way that'll serve you best. So that's all I got right now on retrogrades, and I hope you have a very pleasant day, and I look forward to hearing from you. Check me out on my website at the end of this video, and have an awesome weekend.